Hey traders, John Howell here. Today, looking at gold, silver, mining stocks. A bit of an update for you, so let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, so let's actually get into a bit of an update. Let's start off with the gold. Gold market actually had a bit of a drop here. You can see we actually on gold right now today, we actually came down and we actually rallied right back up. We're definitely struggling around this area through here. I wouldn't want to be fighting gold right now, meaning like I wouldn't want to be thinking gold's going to start to crash in the market, gold's going to go down and so on and so forth. I believe gold is getting ready for some serious moves to the upside, and we're just getting a short-term pullback through here. We see on this hourly chart, you could see how that we actually had like we came down and we had a bit of flush down, and now we're actually flushing back up again as well too. So on this daily charts, you can see we're almost at that area of, there's actually a couple of different areas of resistance. We have this one through here, right? So there's that one through there, then just below it we have this one down the bottom here as well too. So this whole area is a support, and you can see what's actually happening today. Today actually we came down, we went sideways, we came down and we rallied down, and then now we're actually holding here strong. So we're holding this first level here. I was thinking that maybe we'd actually get down to here somewhere like this, and then maybe we'd actually bounce from there. But it's very interesting to see what actually is happening with the gold. But what I'm seeing with gold right now is I'm seeing that we have eventually broken out of this, not much going on. We're getting a pullback, and now we're just getting something like this, and then probably another big leg is probably on its way when it comes to gold soon. So again, I wouldn't be too surprised to see more of a pullback, yeah, so it'd just be really interesting to see that. But overall, guys, I'm really happy with bullish in gold. If we have a look at our Fibonacci retracements, we can see it actually came down to the 50 to 60% level. That's a very strong level there when it comes to gold. So I'm definitely bullish in gold right now. Again, guys, especially like I'm bullish overall, but that doesn't mean we can't do something like this, right? And then suddenly we start to do something like that. But because we've actually been we've broken out of this big sort of movement through here, and we've been doing nothing through here. It's to me, it's a wise thing to do for me anyway. So that's the reason why I am long gold myself. So or I've been long for a couple of years now. So I've just recently added on this big pullback. I was long gold, but I've recently added. I actually added right here on this big pullback towards my gold position. So that's what I did through there. Let's have a look at silver. Silver is actually one of those things that I'm really having a. It's really something, right? So we're getting a bit of a sideways movement. Again, same for like that. We have a bit of a look at this here. Flush down. We had a flush down towards the end of the close, and then obviously the market closed there for a little bit, and then the market rallied back up again. And was that the close there? I think it was, yeah. And then suddenly starting getting a very big strong rally. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see. So what I'm actually looking at, let me actually see if I can bring up, where's my 52? Here. So one thing I'm noticing here, guys, is you'll notice the market goes through different phases, right? So, excuse me. We go through different phases. So when looking at the markets here, when looking at the markets, we can see how the market goes through phases, right? So we have a move, and then we have a pullback. This is why, one, you don't want to jump in after the move. You want to wait for the pullback and potentially jump in there. Wait for the pullback, jump in there. You know what I mean? Like if you're a trader. So when I'm looking at the silver market right now, what I'm seeing is this. I'm seeing we have a low here, and we have a high, a major significant high, and then we've just been doing this here, coming down. So there's actually a good probability. We're going to find a bit of support here, or just, yeah, there's a high probability. If we do start to find a bit of support here, and we start to break out, and I have to say, by looking at this now, we're definitely in a bit of a short-term pullback. So I'd have to say something like this here would definitely be my line I'd like to use, and that line would be a momentum change, short-term momentum change line. Now, what I mean by that is this. Is that when we're looking at these markets here, Okay, and we have these short-term momentum change in the market here. What that means is that we had a movement up. So then the short-term momentum is down, okay? We've got a bit of a pullback through here. So once we actually start to break above here, because now we've actually got this reference point right here, that tells me if we get something like that, that tells me now we could be getting ready for the next leg up. So that'll be the big thing I'm watching for on silver for myself to see what's going on there as well too. Let's go have a look at the mining sector here. Let's start off with the GDX. The GDX has, let's actually bring up a few things here. So the first thing, I don't want to look at the moving average. The moving average is actually very, very, very strong through here. I don't like to have too many things on my chart. So let me actually go back to this chart here, where I don't have too many things on the screen. Because the big thing, guys, is the big thing is the chart itself, right? Again, it's not the indicators. Throw those indicators at the window. Now, yes, the RSI and the stochastics, they do have some places in the markets, right? But 99% of the time when I'm actually trading, I'm not looking at those things. I do look sometimes at the RSI and the stochastics to see whether there's strength or whether there's weakness in the markets and so on and so forth. But majority of the time, the market's giving you that sign anyway. So just be focusing on the market. So when I'm looking at this chart here, I can see we've actually had a very big sort of a very nice break out of this level through here, descending triangle pattern, so to speak. And now we've actually broke up. We've hit this resistance, and now we're just going sideways. So now we're developing this sideways range through here, which is very, very, very powerful in the markets. The reason why is because we're not getting sharp drops. If this was a bit of a fake rally, this rally was fake, you'd get something like that, right? You get a bit of a strong sell-off pretty quickly, like this back here, right? We had a move up, and then we had a very big, strong move back. Due to the fact we're getting a bit of a sideways range through here, says to me we could possibly get ready for something like this in the market, and then away we go again, right? So by looking at that, we can see that we're developing a bit of a pullback. Remember I said before, right? You wait for a pullback. So when you're looking at the mining sector had a move up, and now I've got a fetish. We've read today, haven't I? If you guys have been watching me, like I used to have fetishes with blue. Now it seems like the fetishes is red. So anyway, so we have, you know when you're going to make a joke like, no, don't say that, John. Don't. And now people are wondering that watching this video, people are like, what were we going to say, John? What was it? Anyway, so we have this sideways range here, which is very, very, very powerful. So we can see what actually happened today, right? This whole support level, major support level here, look what happened today. Came down and found support there, which is exactly what, it's very, very, very powerful in the markets here, right? Developing the sideways range. It's going to be really interesting to see if we can get something like this, and then a very, 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 very strong prior like that. If we get that, guys, that's going to be really, 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 really bullish in the markets there. Moving over to my baby. As you guys know, my baby out of all the mining sector is the GDXJ. This is my baby, and the reason why I say it's my baby is because out of all the mining indices, this is the one that I'm invested in. I'm not invested in GDX or SIL or SILJ. I'm not invested in those, but I am invested in the GDXJ because the GDXJ to me is the one that is to me has the nicest pattern when looking at these markets. And the pattern is, once again, this is a springboard, right? You see this here, big move up, movement down. And some of you guys have already seen this, and then we got to move out. Now we're just developing this sideways range right here. So I believe the GDXJ is getting ready for some tremendous, tremendous moves to the upside. So we've got the big breakout of this big weekly channel here, right? Bit of a double bottom through there. The market is rejecting this short-term resistance. So we have a bit of a short-term support and then resistance. Once we actually break on this is looking at the big picture now, guys. Once we actually break this sort of we have this double bottom through here, right? So we have this bottom, and then we have resistance, and if we project that up from there to there, let me actually do that so I can actually see where that's at. Project it up from there to there. We're probably looking at from that there. We're probably looking at that $60 level of where this double bottom target is. So once we're developing this sideways range, a bit of a short-term resistance here, right? So this is the weekly chart, right, guys? So if we know the target is around that $60 level, and it's probably going to be a new high once it gets there, because we're going to get there and probably going to break through. But here's what I'm seeing with the GDXJ. We have a double bottom, okay? And then we have resistance. And what's happening right now is we're rejecting that resistance. So let's actually go deeper, y'all, into the daily charts, and we can see that on that short-term resistance, we're getting what? We're getting this time phase, or this resting phase in the markets. So if the market does do something like this, and then we get a breakout, guess what? Now the double bottom pattern comes into play, and then so therefore the target would be what? $60 on that there. But on a much larger picture, I see this being the start of just incredible moves out of the mining sector. The gold and silver mining sector have had no love for a long time. And those crypto mania people out there who have shitted all over the mining sector, you watch, because everything has its time, right? Crypto has its markets. Crypto has its time when it goes booming, and then it goes for a bit of an oh yeah, right? Not much going on. And then suddenly, and this is where, guys, if you look at things going through cycles, right? When things are really quiet, that's when you want to be looking at those markets. Because guess what? It's after it's when the things are really quiet. That's when we could expect to see some really nice moves out of the markets there. Let's go have a look at the SILJ. And now we're developing a bit of a double top through here, and again, just a bit of a sideways movement. So we're developing this sort of just sideways movement. I wouldn't be too surprised to see this thing start to have a move back up again, but we're just to see what this double top. We do have a bit of a double top, short-term double top through there, and then also looking at this SIL as well too. Really not much going on with the SIL. It's been very sort of lackluster. The silver mining ETF has been very lackluster compared to some of the other mining sectors. So there we go, traders. Hope this helped you out, and I'll speak to you in the next video. So traders, when I first started trading, I lost $250,000 trading the markets. And then I got access to a few seven-figure mentors that really set me straight on what I need to do with the foundations, how to read the charts, the trading systems, the mindset, so on and so forth. And then that was the massive turning point for me to be doing really well from actual trading and being successful trading. So what I've done is I've created a course called the Breakthrough Course. And what I've done is I've actually put a whole bunch of really good education and strategies and processes that help me go from $250,000 in debt to then actually becoming a full-time trader, making a full-time income from trading. And I'm actually running a flash sale to that trading course. So if you go to johnsflashsale.com, or there should be a link in the description. If there's not, then go to johnsflashsale.com. That's JOHNS flashsale.com. Go to johnsflashsale.com and you'll be able to get access to this course now for $7. So go get access to that right now, guys, and I'll see you real soon.